Please help her, Daddy." The single-dad CEO rescued a freezing homeless girl. Years later, Daddy, please, help her. Those were the 5 words that changed billionaire CEO Ethan Hale's entire life. 5 trembling words spoken by his tiny daughter as she tugged on his sleeve, begging him to stop, begging him to save the girl everyone else pretended not to see. And Ethan had no idea that saving that girl would one day save him too. Ethan Hale moved through life like a man carved from ice, powerful, respected, unstoppable. The world called him brilliant, cold, intimidating. But his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, knew the truth. Behind the tailored suits and fierce reputation lived a father who was trying his best to raise her alone. It had been 3 years since Ethan lost his wife to an unexpected illness, and though his heart had never truly healed, he hid his pain behind boardrooms and deadlines. Lily was the only softness left in him, the only reason he stayed human. One bitter December evening, Ethan picked Lily up from her ballet recital. The city lights flickered against the dark sky, and the streets buzzed with holiday shoppers rushing past each other. Lily pressed her face to the car window. "Daddy, stop." The driver hit the brakes in confusion, and Ethan leaned forward. "Lily, what's wrong?" She pointed with a tiny shaking hand. That's when Ethan saw her, a teenage girl curled beside a stone wall, hugging her thin arms to her chest, shivering violently. People hurried past like she was invisible. The girl looked no older than 16. Her hair was tangled, her clothes too thin for the freezing night, and her lips were trembling from the cold. "Daddy, please help her," Lily whispered again, her voice breaking. Ethan hesitated, not because he didn't care, but because he knew how dangerous the streets could be. But Lily's eyes were full of something Ethan hadn't felt in years, pure compassion. "Bring her in," he finally said. The girl lifted her head when he approached. Her blue eyes were glassy with fear, ready to run. "It's okay," Ethan said gently. "You're safe. Please, come with us." For a moment she just stared at him as if she didn't believe kindness was real. Then she nodded. "My name is Mia Rowan," she whispered. That night Ethan brought Mia to his home, a mansion filled with silence. Lily wrapped her in a blanket and placed a cup of hot chocolate in her hands like she had waited her whole life to help someone. Mia looked around nervously. "You don't have to do this. I am used to being alone." Lily shook her head. "Not anymore." And for the first time in years, Ethan felt something strange flicker in his chest hope. A stranger becomes family days turned into weeks. Mia was quiet, gentle, and deeply grateful for everything, from the warm meals to the soft bed she never imagined she'd have. Ethan found out she'd run away from an abusive home, choosing the cold streets over the cruelty she endured every day. Lily adored her. She followed Mia everywhere, asking questions, braiding her hair, making her laugh. Mia had a softness that filled the empty corners of the Hale mansion. One night, as Ethan walked by Lily's room, he heard Mia reading bedtime stories, her voice warm, calming, almost motherly. Lily slept peacefully in her lap. Something softened inside him, something he didn't know he could feel again. Over time, Mia earned his trust. She helped Lily with schoolwork, kept the house brighter, and brought an innocent light back into Ethan's dark, work-driven life. She never asked for anything in return. But Ethan couldn't ignore the way her eyes sometimes clouded with old pain. He wanted to protect her, not just because Lily loved her, but because Ethan saw the strength in her, the kind of strength born from surviving what should have broken her. He sponsored her education, hired tutors, and helped her slowly rebuild the life she never got to have. Years passed. Mia transformed. The scared homeless girl became a sharp, confident young woman, brilliant, compassionate, and resilient. She finished high school, then college, and eventually began working at one of Ethan's companies. Everyone admired her determination, unaware of her past. Except Ethan. He had witnessed every step of her growth, and although he fought it, a new emotion began to grow, something deeper, something terrifying. But he buried it, convincing himself it was wrong. She deserved someone young, someone free, not a broken single father who'd forgotten how to love. Years later, The truth finally comes out on the anniversary of his wife's passing. Ethan visited her grave alone. When he came home, Mia was in the kitchen preparing dinner with Lily, now a bright teenager full of life. Mia approached him slowly. "Ethan, can we talk?" He stiffened. "Is something wrong?" She shook her head and smiled softly. "You've given me everything, a home, an education, a family. I'll never be able to repay you. You don't owe me anything," Ethan said immediately. "But I do," she insisted, "because what you did that night, you didn't just save me from the cold. You saved my life." Her voice cracked. Ethan's chest tightened. "And there's something I've wanted to tell you for years." Before she finished, the front door burst open. Lily rushed in, breathless and panicked. "Dad!" Mia fainted. Ethan ran to the living room. Mia lay weak and pale on the couch. He knelt beside her, fear stabbing through him. "Mia, what's wrong?" She tried to sit up. "I didn't want you to worry, but I've been sick for months. I didn't have the courage to tell you." Ethan's hands trembled as he lifted her into his arms. "You're going to the hospital. Now." Saving her again, doctors diagnosed her with severe anemia caused by stress and malnutrition from her years on the streets. Her body had carried hidden damage for far too long. Ethan never left her bedside. Days passed. One night, when the hospital lights dimmed, Mia whispered, "Ethan, that night Lily asked you to help me. I think it saved both of us." He swallowed. "Hard. Mia, I can't lose you. You're part of us. You're part of me." Tears filled her eyes. "I was afraid to say it, but I feel the same. I've loved you for years." The world seemed to still. He took her hand gently, carefully, like a promise. "Mia, I thought I didn't deserve another chance at love, but you showed me I was wrong." A single tear escaped down her cheek. A smile trembled on his lips. "You're my miracle," he whispered. A new beginning. Mia recovered fully. She returned home stronger than before, and for the first time Ethan opened his heart without fear. At the Hale garden, with lights shimmering and flowers swaying in the evening breeze, Ethan knelt before her, not with diamonds or grand gestures, but with sincerity. "Mia Rowan, the girl my daughter saved, the woman who saved me, will you stay with us forever?" Mia's hands covered her mouth. Lily cheered, jumping up and down behind them. "Yes," Mia whispered, 1,000 times yes. Ending message strong, inspiring. Sometimes the person you save becomes the person who saves you. Sometimes compassion changes a life. Sometimes a broken heart learns to love again because of a kindness that started with 5 simple words. "Daddy, please help her."